Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
My name is Doug Peters, and it is an honor and a privilege to be able to host this event for you this evening. When I was asked to be the MC tonight, I knew that they probably were a ways down the list. And so, at first I approached it as a nepotistic endeavor because if you folks are unaware, my sister-in-law is Bonnie Kuhn, and she's the one that chairs this event. So please help me say thank you to Bonnie tonight, please. Greater Meadville Area Day has been something special since 1969. And if you look in your program and you look through the list of people that have been awarded this esteemed honor, it indeed is an impressive list. I would like to start this evening by acknowledging some folks who have been key players over the years in making this a fantastic day. First, I'd like to recognize your board of directors, and without naming all the names, if you're on the board of the Economic Progress Alliance, would you please stand? Thank you very much. As you folks might be aware, we have an executive director that's going to be leaving us after a long tenured success. And if you would please help me say a warm goodbye to Mr. Mark Turner. Mark, where are you? I would also like to introduce this evening Mark's successor. He comes to us via Titusville, and I would like to introduce to you the new executive director of the Economic Progress Alliance, Mr. Jim Becker. Jim? As you folks know, it takes a lot of effort and a lot of money to put on an event like this. So I would like to recognize our Masters sponsors tonight: Northwest Savings Bank, C&J Industries, Armstrong, Channel Lock, Realty LLC Passport, the Meadville Medical Center, and Accutech Precision Aerospace Incorporated. Please help me thank them for their support of this event. I would also like to thank Mr. Mike Ferry and the staff at the Country Club. What a wonderful day it was from the golf course, and I know it's going to be a wonderful meal tonight. You guys work hard. Mike, thank you so much. At this point in time, I'd like to recognize a few special volunteers. And of course, we have a number of people that work hard on this event. But a special thanks goes out because they work so hard behind the scenes to Angela Annabelle, Heather Kerr, and Becky Smith. At this time, I would like to call Mr. Chuck Swick to the podium for the invocation.
I'm here this evening as a substitute for Steve Keitlinger. Steve has done this for a number of years, and in fact, he's done it so often that they sometimes refer to him as the Reverend Steve Keitlinger. Steve is down south now, probably doing the Lord's work, or possibly he's golfing each day. But I hope I can fill his big shoes. So let us pray. We are thankful, Lord, to be here this evening to share this special day and to join in the breaking of bread together. We ask, Lord, for your blessing on all here this evening and on the meal we are to receive and on those who have prepared it. All of this we ask through the body, through Christ our Lord. Amen. Amen. If I could ask, please, a moment of silence. We have two deceased members of the Board of Incorporators that we'd like to recognize, and that would be Ellie Davies and Bob Davis. And just a moment of silence, please. Thank you, and God bless. Mike, you're up.
No, I get to introduce Mike
Oh,
because
Danny, you're up.
we have some news. I've introduced Mike Ferry as the head pro here for the last 4 or 5 years. And for those of you who don't know, he now has another title. He is both general manager and head pro here at the club. And we're so proud of the work that he's doing. And those of you who got a chance to play golf saw it. And we should also say thanks to Aaron Kreisen, who started the day off today, the assistant pro, and the guy behind the scenes, Paul Grove, our course superintendent, who just does an amazing job. So we're lucky to have you all. With that, go Mike.
Danny, use your help, though.
Sure can.
Okay, thanks everyone. I'll be brief. The scores were very impressive today. This is some of the lowest scores, and I'm glad we got it in before the rain. And we always like to give the guy who's in charge of keeping the rain away for us, Richard Burkhart. He's always in charge of Okay, first the skill prizes now. Men, closest to the line, Denny Watson.
Didn't have to go far.
Didn't have to walk far for that one.
Inside job.
For the ladies, close to the line, Joan Koken. Joni.
It was short but precise.
Right next to the line. On number 6, the closest to the pin, Chuck Laverty. He left.
Mike, you left.
Who's a friend? Who will take care of Chuck's money for him?
Yeah, we'll take care of it.
Closest to the pin on number 13 was Terry Beck. I think Terry had a lead. For the ladies, closest to the pin, second shot. She always seems to sneak in there. Where's Mary Mullen? Getting ready for Saturday. For the men, close to the pin, second shot, Rob Horvat. Rob? Coming here in the back to the left. For the ladies on long putt on number 12, Maria Continenza. There you go. Good job. For the men, for long putt on number 12 was Bob Muth. We went back and forth a little bit the last couple of months. I hope you guys liked. We put a few big holes out there, if you didn't notice. Helped the putting stats a little bit. So something a little bit different, trying to have a little fun. Hopefully you guys all enjoyed that when you're out there playing today. In second place with a very impressive score of 56, 16 under par. And Aaron is outside here. He's doing a drug test on these two teams with the scores. Is DeArmond, Seda, and Knight. And outdoing them by one, shooting a 55, 17 under, is the team of Slosher, Thompson, Allegretti, and Samuel. Over here. Come on, Matt. We had 2 skins today. The team of DeArmond, Seda, and Knight hold out on number 18 for a 2. It's unbelievable how good the skins were. The Eagles were tied on 1, on 3, on 9, on 12. Those always tend to win one. But A birdie on number 8 won a skin. The team of Burkhart, Swick, Hoffman, and Marsteller. I told you we'd get you in there somehow, Dick. Thanks, everyone, and enjoy dinner this evening. Thanks, Denny.
I hope everybody enjoyed your meal. It is my pleasure to introduce to you tonight's featured speaker. Mr. George Trotter has been with the Bethesda Children's Home for more than 23 years. George earned his Bachelor of Science degree from Slippery Rock and his Master of Science degree in Organizational Leadership from Mercyhurst University. Amongst all the things that George does, he serves as the president of the Union City School Board. He's a board member of the Northwest County Intermediate Unit number 5 and is a member of Rotary Meadville. George was appointed the CEO of Bethesda in 2015, where he was the director of operations for more than 14 years. And most notably, and what struck me, was that Pastor Scher, when commenting why they selected George, it was about his compassion for kids. So, with all the things George does, his most important job with his wife Holly are being parents to 4 children. So with that, it is my pleasure to introduce to you Mr. George Trotter.
Good evening. As I sat anticipating talking to all of you, I'm sorry, but I said I wanted to talk before dessert. So I will do this quickly so you can all get home and see the 11 o'clock news. A special thanks to Economic Progress Alliance and Mr. Burkhart for allowing me to speak to all of you. It's an honor for me to be up here right now. But I want to say something to Mike Ferry. Mike, I want to see something different next year on the course. Do you know all those bigger cups? I want them on all 18. There you go, Dick. Once again, it's an honor for me to be up here and to speak to all of you. Bethesda, now Lutheran Services, has been dear to me for 23 years. And it is about the kids. Many of you have lived in this community, I'm sure, for a long time, and I have to ask you all a couple questions. How many of you were told by your parents, if you didn't straighten up, where were you going? You were going to Bethesda Children's Home. By a show of hands, how many of you have met a bad child in your life? Now, by a show of hands, how many of you have met a child that needs a little extra help? That's when you all raise your hand. Okay. In 1919, a person by the name of William Wise, he had a mission. He had a farm. We sit on 360 acres at Bethesda, and his donation was for an orphanage. And everyone kept saying to me all week, what's in my speech? Can we have a copy? I don't talk from paper, I talk from my heart. But I do have to read one thing to you because it was his mission and I would screw it up. 98 years ago, this man said he was donating his land, a home for orphaned, destitute, friendless, defective, or delinquent children. How would you like to be known as defective or friendless? Think about that, folks. Think about that also when one of my staff was up at Walmart the other day and she heard a mom say, if you don't behave, I'm going to send you to Bethesda. So that still happens every day. One thing Bethesda Children's Home and now Bethesda Lutheran Services has done very, very well has taken care of children for 98 years. I always laugh and say I think we're the best kept secret in Crawford County because we do what we do on our 360 acres and our main campus is in Erie, but we don't tell our story, and that's why I'm excited to tell you about our story. How would you like to be a youth that's 9 years old, you have a mom who you love, your mom has mental illnesses, and you're being told that your mom can no longer take care of you, so you're being removed from that setting, and you're placed at Bethesda Lutheran Services. Of course, we're going to treat you like one of our family and give you the skills and things that you need to go out into society. And all of a sudden comes a foster home, not one, but two, but three. Every single one of them you go to, and before you know it, they're saying, please remove this young man because we can't handle him. We're excited at Bethesda because the young man comes back, and it's a true story. He's now 14. I talked to this young man today, and he was all excited because he thinks he might have another foster family that might take him in. Imagine that. I don't want to bring us down. It's not about that. It's about what an agency has done for 98 years. With the support of this community, for the first 98, our centennial for 2019, and the next 100 years. But let's talk about a little bit what we do at Bethesda Lutheran Services. For 98 years, we took care of kids, but then we finally decided, I think we need a new name. And why did we need that new name? We do a lot more than just have kids at our home. Believe it or not, our budget is $10 million yearly. We employ 100, and that's my key there, that I got to get you home before the news. We employ 180 people at our agency here and in our campuses in Erie. 125 of them are full-time. We provide services to 600 to 700 youth daily. A lot of you don't realize that. As I was talking to Mr. Burkhardt, he said to me, I thought you just took care of 20 kids. No, it's a lot more than that. But I want you to think about something, and I want you to take something home with you. Many of you are probably blessed to still have your parents with you, and if you don't, God bless them. Although, think about how many times of those that have parents, you call them, and you ask them different things. I'm 47 years old, and I still call my dad weekly. And I asked him about things, but just imagine not having moms and dads. I want to leave you with who raises children? A village. It takes all of us. So please leave here with one note about Bethesda Lutheran Services. That we provide services for kids that need promising futures. Kids that are a little down and out because of things that happened in their life. I'll leave you with, and some of you may have heard this, there was a young man on the beach, and there were many starfish. And he was picking them up one by one, and he was throwing them back in. This gentleman said, son, why are you doing that? You can't save them all. He picked up one more, he threw it in, and he said, I just saved that one. And that's what we do at Bethesda. We take care of kids, we try to help them, and we try to return them to their families or someone in the community that will love them and give them support. I thank you all. The community of Meadville has been great to us. But you know what? When you have that chance and you're riding by and you see our new sign that says Bethesda Lutheran Services, do me a favor, stop and pull in, come to Building 1, ask for me, and I will personally give you a tour if I'm on the premise. Thank you very much, and once again, thanks for having me.
We are very lucky this evening to have some media with us, and I am pleased to let you know that the Meadville Tribune is here, the Erie Times News, Armstrong Video Services, of course, WJET TV 24, WICU Channel 12, and WSCE Channel 35. They're all covering Greater Meadville Day this evening. This coming Saturday evening at 10 p.m., you'll be able to see the first replay by Armstrong Services of this event this evening. I would now like to call Mr. Bill Bragg to the podium.
Thank you, Doug. They usually don't introduce me. I have to do that myself. I'm the president of the board of the Economic Progress Alliance. I've spent weeks memorizing all this stuff that I have to do, and then our crack staff all during dinner was giving me new things. So give me a moment here. Smoke them if you got them. We have, as always, dignitaries here. We have Sheila Serrett from Pat Toomey's office. Are you still here? I met her earlier.
She went home.
Okay. That was an add-on. We have Park Wentling. I met him too. I talked to him. Is he still here? There we go. Is Francis here? Francis Wiederspan. He was signed up, but nobody's seen him. Forget, cross him out. He's not here. Forget I said that. I believe Michelle had to leave. Michelle Brooks had to leave, but her husband is Guy is here. Is that correct? Thank you. We have representatives, and I don't have name from Mike Kelly's office. If you want to identify yourself, you're welcome to.
It's okay. Brad Moore.
Good, I'm with you. Oh, you're welcome. I tried. And we have kind of a special guest. We've got Dave Stone here tonight. Dave is the Vernon Township retiring manager. Has done a fantastic job for Vernon through the years. Where's Dave? Where'd he go? Up. Never. Okay. Doug talked about the media that's here, but he didn't give any names. We have Keith Gushard here from the Meadville Tribune. And Valerie Myers from the Erie Times News, who had, by the way, a very nice front page article last week, I guess, on Conneaut Lake Park, and an editorial this week. Was really, really great articles. Thank you very much. Okay. We always introduce we try to get all of the individuals present that are past winners of the Winslow Award. And I'd like them now, as I call their name, to please stand up and remain standing. And at the end of it, we'll do a big round of applause. We have Charlie Anderson. Where'd he go? Oh, there he is. Okay, stay there. Richard Burkhart. It's always exciting. Dennis Frampton's here. Clark Hoffman. Rob Smith. Bill DeArmond. James Mullen. Vicki Leap is here representing her father, Victor Leap, our past executive director. Jim Duratz. Where's Jim? And I believe Don Clausen showed up. Where is Don? Where? Philip Pandolf is here? I did not. Philip, get up. I'm sorry, I didn't see you, and I didn't have your name on here. Then we have several companies that have won as companies. Give these individuals a hand, please. Then they can sit down. Did we miss anybody else?
Steve Kohler.
What?
Steve Kohler.
Oh, I just talked to Steve. Steve Kohler is here from ex-governor Ridge's office. Thank you, Steve. Steve often comes and plays golf and comes to dinner. Also past winners that were companies or organizations, Channel Lock Corporation, Allegheny College, C&J, all these have individual winners too. C&J Industries, Meadville Medical Center, Westbury United Methodist Retirement Community, the Lord Corporation, Northwestern REC, Armstrong, and Universal Well Services. So let's give them a hand too. Before I get going, we do have a Venango Valley gift card for Mr. We may have a vote on this. I was given Trainer, and Doug said Trotter, and we're going to have it. I'm not going to ask you. I'm going to have a vote. Who prefers Trainer? Have hands, please. Trotter has it. Is that good enough? Okay. For those of you who might not know, the Winslow Award was first presented in 1969 to Dr. Harry Charles Winslow in recognition of his 85th birthday, and has since been named, the award has since been named in his honor. Dr. Winslow is a local physician, businessman, and community activist who was instrumental in the organization of many local businesses and charitable organizations, and who set the standard in this area for community and economic service that all Winslow Award winners, that all Winslow Award winners. This year's recipient being no exception. The Winslow Award honors the group, individual, business, or industry that has made a significant contribution to the economic growth of the greater Meadville area. Tonight, I have the distinct privilege of announcing the 2017 Winslow Award winner. Now, you're probably going to be very happy to hear that this is almost the end of this. The reason being that no one is better able to speak about the accomplishments of this Winslow Award winner than George Trainer, who we just heard speak. So at this time, George, if you'll come up, please, we will award you with the Winslow Award. Is that a surprise?
It definitely is.
You shortened my speech by about half an hour. I appreciate it. If you'd like to say a few words, you're welcome
to. I don't think I'm ever lost for words, and my staff can say that, but I'm lost for words. When I sat down, I said, how long did I speak? How long did I speak? And they said 8 minutes. I'm like, wait, I was supposed to go 15 minutes. So this is unbelievable. On behalf of Bethesda Lutheran Services board and staff, I want to thank all of you, because this is like fantastic. So I thank you all very much, and I think with that we'll eat dessert. Thank you.
Just to be clear, you were clapping for George, not the brevity of my presentation. Thank you. Doug?
Thank you, Bill. 49 years of excellence. Next year is 50th. I hope you'll all come back, and I hope you'll all contribute. What a wonderful community that we live in. My wife Jackie and I founded our company 38 years ago, and we've been privileged to serve northwestern Pennsylvania and Crawford County. There's no place better to live than Meadville, Pennsylvania. God bless you all. Be safe going home, and thanks for coming this evening.